Could the MCU have casted their major muscle in the Thunderbolts film? Who did Marvel Studios sign to join the big team-up film? And based on the power level of this character, what performance could we expect from the actor in this role? Those have been the questions surrounding the rumored Sentry character appearing in the Thunderbolts. But the latest rumors are surrounding the actor known as Steven Yeun. Yeun is known for his appearances in The Walking Dead and the Nope film by Jordan Peele. He's also done work for animated shows Invincibile and shows plenty of range for the role. Steven Yeun will be another big name added to the growing cast of anti-heroes in the Thunderbolts roster. The original report of Steven Yeun joining comes from the Deadline magazine. The magazine claims Yeun is crucial not only to the film, but to the future of the MCU. Thunderbolts cast will also feature Sesbastian Stan, Florence Pugh, Julia Louis Dreyfuss, and others. In the comics, Sentry, known as Robert Reynolds, gains his power from a superhero serum. This serum was created after World War II and was an attempt to recreate the Steve Rogers experience. He was induced with the power of a million suns. Power comes with the curse as well. Reynolds is in constant battle with his head. Powers that he gained also created a new persona. This persona was known as the Void, a violent and chaotic form of the Sentry that is uncontrollable to even Val and other Thunderbolts. I expect her version of the Thunderbolts to feature many people with super serum. I can even see US agent John Walker have a similar and upgraded serum. With more hints about serums showing up in the MCU, it only gives me more reason to believe that the leader is coming. Maybe he was the one that perfected the serum that Sentry and the US agent John Walker took. And is this the big role Steven Yeun has been casted for? Previously a small rumor, Can We Have Toast on Twitter, has confirmed the news and says that Steven Yeun as Sentry is no longer an if. Grace Randolph, YouTuber with her own sources in Hollywood, also supported the reporting in her own tweet. She claims that Marvel Studios must have trusted a lot with Steven Yeun in the role. She originally explored the possibility of him playing Amadeus Cho, and according to her, that is not the role Marvel Studios has chosen for him. All signs might be pointing to Steven Yeun as Robert Reynolds, aka the Sentry. And all this news actually ties well with teases from the YouTube channel The Weekly Planet. The co-host of that show, James Clement, said that he had a potential scoop on Sentry from someone he knows very closely. He was sent a quote from this source that he knew, and I'm going to go ahead and read that quote as it follows. We don't even know who he's playing, but my guess is Sentry, since there's been whispers of that casting circulating a bit, so it's going to be in the Thunderbolts as Sentry, potentially. That's what somebody's telling me who heard from somebody else. This is all exciting news to hear, and I like the idea of bringing Steven Yeun into the MCU. His name might have not been the one that was floating around in fan castings, but his name is a reputable one amongst many in Hollywood. He's been hard at work in trying to find a new franchise to explore since the end of his run at The Walking Dead. Could the MCU be his next big stop? I expect his role to be a very serious one, since his character deals with a lot of psychological issues. I think the big thing the film will explore is with the damages of war-torn soldiers, and according to the Watcher 2099 on Twitter, that will be the case for the Thunderbolts. It'll also be the case for Captain America New World Order. Both of those films will have a more serious and darker tone than in previous Marvel projects, according to his sources. He expanded that the two films will be a duology of trauma and war. I like this news because I enjoy the fun and fantastical parts of the MCU. We still have an Earth with humans and real human conflict. These two films will put the MCU in another expanded world. A world of war and conflict. A war of attrition, a war of superpowers, and a war of conflict. A world where soldiers are being injected with serums in an arms race of power. Val even mentioned how power hungry she was in Wakanda Forever. She actually fantasizes about her group within the government controlling the world's supply of vibranium. But like in the real world, the harvesting of these resources will lead to a global conflict. I'm not sure where that conflict will take place, but once it starts, I expect huge battles between megapowers. Sentry will be almost like the nuke that ends this conflict based on his power level. Sentry himself will be at war with his own mind, however. I can't wait to see how Marvel Studios will tackle this duology of films. While Steve Rogers is gone, his legacy of being a good soldier but questioning authority will be in the minds of Sam Wilson and many within his group of heroes. I can't wait to see some ideological and wartime conflicts in the MCU. Many people say they like to escape the real world into cinema, but there's a reason why we keep seeing war movies in film, and there's a reason why they make for good drama. I think because of the real world elements of those movies are what people will gravitate to, and I think that will be the case in the Thunderbolts and in Captain America New World Order. I think Marvel Studios wants to explore this field, and I appreciate the bold approach. Bringing in Steven Yeun won't hurt at the box office either. He does have a good range for the role, and I do trust him as the character of Sentry. But let me know what you guys think about this rumor, and let me know what you guys think about Steven Yeun joining the MCU and possibly as Sentry. Share all those thoughts down below. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed today's topic. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button and also hit that sub button so you don't miss any big videos like this one. Click that bell so you get notified every time a video goes up. If you have some time to spare, please check out some of these videos on your screen right now.